To get to know somebody better, we must either experience what they're going through, or we must be able to empathize with them to relate to what they're going through. The insights into how the customer gets to know about you and experiences your brand is so much crucial, given that the cost of acquisition of a customer is high. This is where the retention of a customer becomes really crucial for brands today. So how then do we figure out how people are coming to us and becoming our clients or customers? So, with all the social media and paid ads and different marketing channels, newsletters, etc., the journey mapping of a customer can be really confusing. In fact, it is not even predictable at times. Customer journey is non-linear in most of the cases. So in this video, we'll be walking through 6 steps that a customer is likely to go through while experiencing and using the product. Hi, I'm Manali. I'm a podcast producer and a content marketing and growth hacking enthusiast. Let's begin the video. So the framework that I'll be talking about today is the A3R3 framework, which is a framework for mapping the journey of your customers. It's also called the R framework. This is a voice that apparently pirates make, and it's AAA, triple R, so that's how they pronounce it. Okay, so the 6 steps are awareness, acquisition, activation, revenue, retention, and referral. So now we'll be walking through each of these steps, and then we'll look out an example to get a more clear perspective of what each one of it means for that particular example. So the first one is awareness. So awareness stage is the stage where the customer or the potential customer is getting to know more about your product and, is reading about your product on blogs or listening to YouTube videos about the utility of your product, or, they are listening to a podcast and they hear an ad of your product or something like that. So this, or they, maybe see an advertisement on Facebook or something like that. So this is the place where the customer is kind of unknown and somehow encounters your product for the very first time and gets to know about what you do as a brand. So the second stage is the acquisition stage, where the customer is wanting to know more about you and your products and is checking out your website, or tuning into your YouTube or something like that, read your blogs, or they install your apps. This is what happens in the acquisition stage, and after that what they do is they get activated to your product. So this is the third stage, which is the activation stage. In this stage they probably sign up for your product, for a free trial of your product, or they install the app and they start using your app for the very first time. So this is what happens when the customer is interacting for the very first time with your product or your service. This is called as the activation stage. Now that we have walked through the 3 A's, which is the awareness, acquisition, and activation, we are left with 3 R's now, which is the revenue, retention, and referral. So the fourth stage in the customer journey is retention. So after the activation phase is done, that is, they have interacted with your product for the very first time and they are aware of what exactly your product does and how it could benefit them and could be of great utility to them. Now is the real test, you could say, of the amount of time they are using your app, the amount of time they are able to retain on your platform, the amount of time they are spending on your platform, or the way they are using your platform, the way they are staying on your platform, interacting with it basically. So this is the part of the retention phase of the customer journey. After this we have the revenue phase. So in this phase the user is moved from signing up for a product, having the first trial, getting to know about what exactly a product does and how it would benefit them or be of utility to them. And now they have decided to purchase your product and make an investment in your product or service. So this is where the revenue comes in. The final stage is the referral stage, where the user has now become a loyal customer, has used your product for a good span of time, has a good understanding of your product and benefits from it. And now this person is become loyal to your brand and is going out to the world and telling his friends, colleagues and teammates to start using this product at their end as well. So these are the 6 steps for the customer journey, which is awareness, acquisition, activation, retention, revenue, and referral. So now we'll see through the example of a SaaS startup and see what are these 6 stages for their customers. So the SaaS product we'll be talking about for today's example is going to be Calendly.com. So Calendly is a meeting scheduler that allows you to schedule meetings with your guests or the people you'd like to chit chat with or collaborate with via Zoom, Google Meet or whatnot. With respect to Calendly, the first stage will be the awareness stage, where the potential user will probably come to know about Calendly either by a word of mouth, say like in the podcast, these podcasters have a habit of saying like, hey, if you like to connect with me or book up a free call with me to know more about how our company can help you, just go to the show notes and schedule a free call with one of our teammates and let's chat or something like that. Then the listener will probably go to the show notes, click on the Calendly link and sign up for the conversation with the teammate. So this is how by either listening through word of mouth or seeing it in somebody's book or call, email, footer or signature, they'd get to know about it, or they'll just they'll get to know about it through an ad or a blog or something. So they'll probably become aware of Calendly as a meeting scheduler, and then what they will happen is they'll get activated. They'll actually use the product. They'll interact with Calendly as a SaaS product by, signing up with the other person, by, clicking on the date and, booking up a timing slot and then filling up the details like email or, what they'd like to talk about, or, a little form, that questionnaire that they put in place, and then, sign up for the meeting. So this is how the user will actually get activated and get to know of how Calendly actually works as a SaaS product, after which they'll probably get curious and interested, and they'd want to have a booking call link for themselves. And this is when they will actually go into the acquisition stage, and they'll land up on Calendly.com website and they'll sign up by giving their email ID to Calendly, making up a Calendly page for themselves so that other people could book a meeting with them. So these are the three A's for a SaaS company like Calendly. Then now we'll come to the last 3, which is the 3 R's. So after creating this one landing page on Calendly's website for themselves, they actually have this one meeting link that they can send to others so that others can book meeting with them. So this is when the user who's just signed up for Calendly's free plan is being retained on their platform as others are signing up to converse with them via Zoom or Google Meet or something like that. So this is the retention period of the user who is just signed up with Calendly, and after which the user will probably just test out for a couple of months or days or years maybe, and just get a feel of what it is like to have a meeting scheduler in place. And when they feel like they need the pro features of the Calendly, or they need meetings with different timings, like 15-minute meetings, 30-minute meetings, hour-long meetings, then they'll probably sign up for the paid version of Calendly. And this is where the revenue stage of the customer journey model comes in place. This is where they'll sign up for the paid version of Calendly, and this is when Calendly is going to make money from their user. And after signing up for a user, signing up for the pro version of Calendly, they'll become a paid customer of Calendly, and if they're really good, they're really enjoying the experience of Calendly doing them the job of booking their meetings, they probably go out and refer it to their team, their co-workers, their colleagues, and everybody. Actually, the smart thing is while you actually send your meeting link to somebody, the person on the other end comes to know of Calendly as a scheduling software, and by default the marketing happens. By default there's a referral, because the person is already using Calendly, and then they send it to somebody. So the person who is receiving the link is by chance coming to know about Calendly. So this is what the sixth stage of Calendly as a SaaS product is, the journey of their customer. So the first stage will be the awareness. They'll get to know about Calendly from somewhere, either through blogs or paid ads, or maybe they just receive a link. Who knows? The second would be the activation stage, when they actually book a meeting with somebody and experience how Calendly is going to function. The third will be the acquisition stage, when the user actually signs up to know about, to have a meeting link for themselves, basically. The fourth will be the retention, when they spend a period of time with the with Calendly to have their meetings booked by them. The fifth will be the revenue, when they actually sign up for the paid version of Calendly, and this is when Calendly makes money. And the last one will be the referral, when they actually they have become a fan of Calendly, and they're liking the way Calendly is reducing the back and forth of email conversations between the person they'd like to converse with, and they just go out and tell their colleagues and everyone about Calendly, and this is where referral comes in place. So these are the 6 stages of most of the customers' journey with a product or a service. And that is all for today. Do share it with your friends or your loved ones, and let me know if you found this useful in the comments. Do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, and I will see you in the next one.